these projects are 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Crypto NFT world is so impatient. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, like Mags was saying, it's a leap of faith, but you know, it's a calculated leap of faith because we see James. We know who James is. We can see his work that he's done.
That's
so
right.
It's like, you know, to me, it's like, why would he have this be anything less than the top quality, like everything else that he's done?
Poppin's poppin' and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Poppin' Mags Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to week 8 of Poppin' Mags Pinecast. Mags, we're up to 45 days since we were told we can take our NFTs off Thetadrop.
Already? It's gone by so quickly. I barely noticed. 45 days.
45 days it's been. But, you know, I put a little post on Twitter this week just to kind of get the community's feel on things that they think Thetadrop could improve. And I got a list of them here, and I'd like to see what you think about some of these.
Okay.
One of the major ones, actually.
Major. Go ahead.
Major was being able to do a counter offer. You know, we got a lot of these offers coming in. Quite a few of them are lowball. Some of them are decent offers. I've actually accepted a couple offers myself this week. But we got a lot of people asking to be able to do counter offers. What do you think about that?
I thought maybe you were going to do like, I got an offer you can't refuse. I like it. I like it because it's sometimes they're very close where you want to go. Like I've seen ones where they come in maybe a little too low, like the cash ones I'm not looking at, but like they come in a little low in the T-Fuel ones. And it's like, oh man, help me help you out here. You know, we're so close to it. So yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Counter offers, I'm for it. I mean, I don't know if it's redundant, you know, counter offer, but do we want to table it? It's counter table.
Table offer.
So yeah, I like that. The counter. I think that would be a great function.
Yeah, and staying with the offers, I personally think it would be nice to be able to see if someone cancels or rejects an offer, because I actually tested it out and I made an offer. It was actually Catch an Any. He rejected it, and it didn't show that it was rejected on my side. So I think it would be nice to be able to see, okay, was this offer viewed? Was it rejected? If it was rejected, remove it and like put my T-Fuel back in my account. That would be cool.
I will say I believe I brought this up on a previous episode about how you couldn't see the rejected, because I tested it out also. Them not going away, honestly, man, I don't care enough. Like, I mean, it sounds great, but if you're gonna say like, hey, what do we want to do? I'd rather have that counter offer function, because you don't have to take it. Also, like, you want to lowball me for an NFT, lock up that 50 cents, you know, that you can't use it. It's locked up. So I see it as, you know, the more nickels and dimes they have locked up, the less they're going to offer.
Yeah, that's true. But it would just be nice. Like, I've put some legitimate offers out there. It would just be nice to see, like, did the person even see this offer? Or, you know,
did you see, and I don't know if this was there before, but I just noticed it, I think today or yesterday, how they have a highest to lowest filter on there for
offers?
Yes.
No, I did not notice that.
Yeah.
No.
So you start seeing, and it's by offer, and it's cool having the floor price on there, and then you can just bounce there. So once it gets like, oh wait, everything's going down. There's no need to keep looking. That's why I don't really care too much about having them, you know, be notified that it's not accepted.
Yeah, but if you're sending an offer, wouldn't it be nice to know if the person saw it?
If you're sending like those BS offers.
No, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like a legitimate offer. I'm not talking about 50-cent offers. I don't care about that. But if somebody's at $800 for something and you come in with an offer for $750, wouldn't it be nice to know, okay, this person hasn't seen the offer yet, or they have seen it?
I get it. Like I'm saying, I think it's like a division of work. I'm sure you could have all these things. I don't know how easy or hard it is to do, but I think I'd rather have them work on the counter offer function than that. Maybe instead of having the most recent offers come in, just have that high to low thing. Because I'm telling you, you'll see a lot of times they're like intermittent in there, right? It's almost like legitimate offer. It's an okay offer, and then it's complete crap, and then there's no like rhyme or reason to it. So I think if they just default to high to low, it's not rocket surgery. You can just see if it's a legitimate offer or not, and then hopefully the counter is there, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but you keep avoiding what I'm saying, dude. There was like a pineapple that I was interested in, and I put a decent offer out there on it, and I waited like 4 days. I don't know if the guy ever saw my offer or not, or if he just, if he rejected it. It would just be like, I'd like to know if the guy
I see what you're
saw it.
saying.
I mean, that was kind of hard to get that through. Wow. You okay over there?
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is the majority of offers are crap.
All right. Offers are junk. All right. So speaking of that, one of the suggestions was a mass reject of offers, which I think is great too. Give it a checkbox. Check, 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 reject, get them off of there. What do you think about that? That would clean it up quite a bit quick.
Okay.
Right? I like
Sure.
that idea. So
Sure.
these are most of these are community. I threw a couple of mine in here too, but most of these are from the community.
Forgive me. Did you state the question on your poll?
There was not a poll.
Not a poll, but like you put. What did you put out?
I put a tweet out and I said, what would you like to see as an improvement on Thetadrop?
Okay. I don't know if you said that.
Oh, well, now I did. So those were the ones that were surrounding offers.
Mm-hmm.
I had one because I'm personally sick of opening up the challenges tab and seeing the unicorn dicks all over the place. And it's like, I wish that there was a way to just, I'm not interested, like remove this from my page, because when the symbiote challenges were coming up and I'm trying to fast fingers to get number one, I'm got to search through all these unicorn dick ones to find the right one. And they've been on there for months. It's like, I would prefer to just be able to, all right, I see this challenge. That's great, but I'm not interested. Click, like, bye. You know what I mean? Clean that up. You like that?
Yeah, I once again, I think you could just do that with a filter.
Well, then you have to filter it though. You'd have to filter it. You'd have to take, if you're trying to get the number one, then you have to filter. It's an extra step. You'll never get the number one.
Number one what?
The number one from a challenge, dude. The number one edition.
Well,
if you're trying to fast fingers at 5 o'clock to get the number one edition, and you got to search through a bunch of unicorn dicks and whatever frogs and stuff that's out there that I haven't been able to do, that I'm not gonna do. I want to just get them off of my page.
But so I don't know if this is brought up, but I'm just thinking. So I noticed with the symbiote coins for the challenges, it didn't say which challenge it was from, did it? I don't think it did. So you would have to like look into it, like almost like prepare to accept it just to see what it was, because there was 10 of them, 10 different coins, but you couldn't differentiate which coin was which until you clicked in to the offer.
Well, you still can't. I mean, yeah, right. Then you can only determine it by how many editions there are. Yeah. But you just jump back to offers on us. That's okay.
Okay, sorry.
So another thing that I thought was cool was a T Fuel only tag on, like, if a pineapple is selling for only T Fuel, tag it T Fuel only. And along with that, if you are listing in for T Fuel only, list in T Fuel rather than list in USD.
Like they have an Open Theta.
Yeah, just pricing, you're a bronze VIP and you want T Fuel only, and you get to price it like 1,000 T Fuel, 2,000 T Fuel, kind of like the offers. Like the offer does that. You can offer a set amount of T Fuel. It's not
right.
So being able to price your stuff in the market based on a number, a T-fuel amount.
And that's a good point. That's a good idea, because when you get a T-fuel offer, which is what a lot of people want, the T-fuel offer, you don't know how much T-fuel you're freaking getting until
Exactly.
you
You have to
go in there.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I agree. That's a good idea.
All right. Another one, I'll bring it up. I don't know the complexity of it. People are looking for being able to convert USD to T-fuel. I think that would be great. I don't know if there's any complexities behind it. I'll kind of just leave that one alone because I don't know if there's, legalities there.
Yeah, there might be. Can I hijack this for a second?
Yeah, please.
Because you know how, what do you say? We're on day 45. We can't get our NFTs off Thetadrop.
That's correct.
I recall when I first got on Thetadrop, and it was funny because people would mention it months and months later, like, oh, yeah, you'll be able to deposit BTC and ETH soon, and other cryptos. That hasn't happened. I don't know if you noticed that.
Well, that is another suggestion that was made to be able to deposit other cryptocurrencies as well as other currencies like euros and pounds, because not everybody is using dollars.
That would be great. I do believe there's probably some kind of regulatory stuff that just makes that a bit
There
difficult.
probably is, but it has said it on there that it was coming, right? So it just makes me wonder, if they're able to convert other currencies, then why couldn't they convert dollars? Unless you're going to actually, are you going to create a third market of like spending Ethereum?
That's one of those things, I watched Game of Thrones and winter was coming for like 20 seasons, and then it finally got there.
Winter came though. Winter
did come, but they kept saying it was coming, but a lot happened before it came.
And a lot has happened here too. So another thing that was mentioned was being able to just purchase a VIP amount of T-drop rather than having to go through the process of swapping to T-drop. I mean, I personally don't find it overwhelming to swap to T-drop, but I also don't think it's a terrible idea to help out in that matter either. There was another suggestion about collating collections together. So now instead of having all the pugs all over the place and all the frogs all over the place and all the cars all over the place, you just have, like, when you're looking in the market, you go into that specific one, right? And pick that one. Or even in your wallet too.
It doesn't affect a lot of the stuff that I've been collecting on there, but yes, I
would the pineapples, the pineapples do it already, right?
Right, but you know what? Maybe go a step further where it's just like a folder by creator. So even badges, because everyone's getting badges. We're getting all these participation trophies on the bronze level. So just do it like that, and then also, but as you go into it, then you'd have like if you were just on pineapples, where you see the pineapple, the artifacts and stuff like that after you get in there. So that's if I could just go that step further.
Yeah,
that's my idea.
And then the last one, which is probably a super complex ask, was an Android or an iOS app. So I don't know how feasible that is. I don't care too much, honestly, about that. I actually found out this week on my phone, it allowed me to pin Thetadrop.com to my homepage. So now all I have to do is click the icon and it brings me right to Thetadrop.com.
Okay, cool.
In Chrome. So I don't know how I did that or if that's something new. I got a Google phone. But I thought that was pretty neat. But that that was basically what the community brought to our attention from the post from Twitter. So I figured I'd shout out for the community.
On my phone, Thetadrop isn't on an app. It's on the Safari app. When I put in Thetadrop.
Yeah. Yes, it is on an app, but not its own app. And honestly, it works fine with my mobile. So, but I was just bringing it up, we're just the messengers here. So we had July 4th this week, lots of fireworks. We had a challenge debacle that I won't get too much into. We all know what happened. I'm not pointing fingers anywhere. Things happen, but it was taken care of. But there was also another challenge this week that came to my attention, a background challenge. I wasn't aware that there was a background challenge, but it seems that there's one participant in the challenge, and that participant hit a grand slam. Do you know who that was?
Of course, if you don't know, it was yours truly, Magnum Pineapple, completed in the background challenge, the first documented background challenge.
I believe last week when we were talking to Catch, you were just missing Oligarch Olive background.
Yes. Yeah. And, obviously I like to, if I could just throw back to that episode, we were mentioning Pines and, non-customs, what we do. And I mentioned the zombie, of course. And
of course
I mentioned I wanted that background. One, because I think it's my favorite. And two, I didn't have that one. So I bought a can. I beat our guest last week by, I think he said 42 seconds.
I saw that. Can. Yeah,
it was in a US dollar, and I didn't get a home run.
No.
I'm still recouping from the DL, but I got a nice solid single. I'd say
that's a base hit. Yeah, that's a base hit.
But I didn't have the tan smirk, which I think is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And I finally got the Oligarch Olive. So
yeah.
So I was happy about that. And instead of whining like I always do, I was like, you know what? Let me spend the next 5 hours developing this background challenge.
Oh man.
I learned about arbitrary challenges from the master, Earp.
Oh, you did, yes.
That guy's come up with more of these challenges of his own concoction and invention that catch on. So it'd be nice to see if mine catches on. Probably won't.
Well, good luck with that.
So
but I heard that you were missing one though. An ultra light blue.
Yes. It sounds like that pineapple somebody got off OpenSea.
Yeah.
With the triangle mouth.
I think all you have to do is right click and save that one, and you qualify.
It is a stunner though.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's also, I don't know, I know you're not a big pug guy, but I've been big into the pugs. It's funny because both Swamp and Baller, their first purchases were pugs. Mine was the initial Thetadrop drop, but the first big one I got into was pugs. So I've kind of been pugging it for a while now. And there is a Shadow Walker pug coming out next week. And I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it because you wouldn't shut up about this thing.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No. I saw posts on it.
Yeah, I mean, just such a cool looking pug. It's like the pugs they're going to the dark side, and it's pretty cool.
Can I ask a question about that? Because I don't own any pugs. I think it's just one of those things like we talked about. I came too late, and there's just only so much you can
absolutely.
Do. But I think they're neat. Also, I guess the thing is, I'm just wondering how competitive this is going to be, because maybe you could fill me in, fill in everyone, because you have to have 3 like ultra rares, or I don't know.
No, you have to have 5 epics.
5 epics.
There's 9 epics total.
Oh, like of a specific one.
5 of them.
And you have to have 5 of them.
You have to have any 5.
So is that something that's going to clear out immediately, or probably not?
It's probably going to clear out pretty quick. Honestly, these pug challenges, they've been going quick, and there's been a few where people have missed out because he's maxing this one at 50. So it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to mint out completely right away, but I wouldn't be surprised that within minutes, literally, we're into the 40s.
Right. I could be wrong. I think I looked at it. I thought you need 5 of those epics in one American Idol stage.
I'll be ready with mine. Oh man.
I thought I could go without that. Yeah.
He went there. All right. Yeah. Well, it's been a wild week because of the stage. So, but man, wow.
Are you speaking of that? Are you gonna set the stage for our next guest?
Well, our next guest graced us with his presence. Probably the biggest baller in Thetadrop. I mean, just balling in all sorts of projects. Pugs being one of them. So I'm sure that he's going to end up with the Shadow Walker. But after these messages, we're going to be coming back with none other than Crypto Bull, aka Baller 32.
This week's episode is brought to you by Mega's Mutant Pine Derivatives, the perfect mutated addition to your NFT collection. Mega will take your pine and make it shine. Check out some of his creations on Twitter at MegVDev. That's at MEGVDEVTH. Tell him Poppin' Mag sent you. This week's episode is brought to you by Theta Pendants. Find the perfect gift for yourself or the NFT lover in your life. Choose from a wide variety of available options or inquire about a custom print. Each pendant is made of stainless steel and is shipped with tracking information. You can find them on Twitter at Pendants Theta. If you have a product you would like to exposure for, then promote it on Pops and Mags Pinecast.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a treat. We have a guest with us that does need an introduction. But before we introduce Baller, spoiler alert, that's who we're going to introduce in a second. I just got to say, this guy comes into the Pinecast blaring this entrance music. Now, unfortunately, we can't play it because we don't own the rights to that music. But I got to say, it pumped us up. If I could just give you an idea of what it sounded like, it kind of sounded like it was gonna rock you like a tropical depression that got kind of pushed up to 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, Baller, thank you. Welcome to the Pinecast. How you doing tonight?
Well, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. This is awesome.
Yeah. Great to have you, man.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I've been wanting to get on. I've been wanting to get on for so long, but you guys were busy, so finally we made it happen.
Yeah, Sheriff, I don't know why he vetoed that impromptu one.
I was taking a nap that afternoon. I'm sorry.
Must be nice.
That was my nap day.
Must be nice.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Fine.
We're so glad to have you. You know, it's it's nice that we get one of my boys here. We usually have one of Popper's boys here. So we're so glad to have one of my boys on tonight. You're notorious for like when you like something, you do like the fist pump and then like the beer and then like cheers, or you do that a lot. In the spirit of that, I was at my local grocery store just before we came on. I'm not a drinker per se, but I Papa will tell you, like if I'm in like a larger setting, I like to intake, a bit.
Nice.
But usually not too much on my own, but on occasion I like to do it. So I have to save all my money for NFTs. So I try to skimp where I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going down the beer aisle, and it's not like a true beer aisle. It's like a couple coolers,
Sure.
Not metal coolers, but they're probably made of metal,
Sure.
glass. And so anyways, I was like, oh, this one, it's on special. I'm going to get this. I go and I check out. I bought a bunch of seltzer waters. I love these vanilla seltzer waters. Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're the best. So I got some other groceries, whatever, paid, got to the car, and then I come home and I'm unpacking everything and I look at the receipt and I was like, oh, and I throw it out, but then it caught me and then I see it there in the garbage can and I go, Popper will tell you, I'm like a beautiful mind a lot of times. And I'm like, these numbers don't sound right.
Wait, what
right?
happened?
Well, what happened was this is a classic case of false advertising. I bought beer that was on special, but it turns out it was a special, and that's just like the type of beer.
Yeah, you gotta watch out there, Mag.
So in that spirit, as we're drinking spirits, I'm on my second right now, and I find I do my best work. When
nice.
I have a little in me. So we come in saying, you're right there. You're imbibing, that just makes it even better.
Yeah, I got a cold one myself right now, enjoying it after dinner. So, here we have it. It's the Bitburger. It's like a German type.
Ah.
I kind of like the IPAs too. A little bitter taste.
Those IPAs, that's going to be a hard pass on my part.
Yeah, a lot of people complain they don't like it. It's too bitter. I like it.
Well, as long as you like it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and you're right. On Twitter, it's usually a fist bump and a cheers. 'Cause that's what it's all about,
Well, speaking of things that you like, I happen to notice that you like pineapples quite a bit.
Yeah, Popper. I mean, I was late to the pineapple thing. I started out like in November, I guess, right around that time. I guess I got into the pugs at first.
Okay.
Those were my first set of NFTs that I actually got into. And I kind of remember, it's one of those things where I don't like to follow people. And I remember all you guys were like really excited about the pines. And I was just like, I'm not gonna follow that. I'm gonna stick with my battle pugs,
Yeah.
So I mean, it turned out fine. It's just that I didn't get into it quite at first. And actually, now that I think about it, it was probably a really good move because I'm usually really impatient. And because I think I waited over, now it's been like 6-7 months, the prices continuously kept on dropping. And so that's how I was able to pick up the king pine. And then, later some of the more, I picked up one from Theta News, the other king.
Yeah.
The blue one with the light blue background. And then later on, I picked up the cowboy from Swamp Ass. And Swamp Ass, he was. But yeah, so I think it kind of actually worked in my favor by kind of being patient and waiting because the prices really came down. At first, they were in, like, I don't know, 30, 50, 60,000. What were they?
Yeah. They got up there really, really high, big time.
Huge.
But yeah,
paid.
I mean, for sure they were paying. T-Fuel was also worth a lot more back then.
Yes, 60 cents. You're right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, like, I don't think that there's a better fit for a pineapple than you having that OG King.
Thanks, brother.
It just fits you perfect.
I love that. Who sold that King? I don't even know. But when I saw it, it was my biggest purchase on Theta, Thetadrop. I was just like, wow. And it's one of those things when I go for big NFTs, I look at it, I'm just like, my heart is pounding. It's a lot of money, dude. It's just like, you get excited about it.
So you are human, is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm human.
We weren't sure.
No. My hands start getting sweaty, and then there's also that thing where that adrenaline rush.
Oh yeah.
To the brain. It's. I don't want to call it gambling, but it's kind of a rush. It's kind of one of those addictive feelings.
Sure.
However, I tell my therapist and my family that I'm trying to actually invest in the future. It's not all just gambling. There's some like thought process behind it.
So just out of curiosity, what is your thought process behind it? Like, what do you think gives these things value? Why is it that you are comfortable investing in them?
Yeah, good question. So, I started out in crypto, I think it was January 2018, right when the cycle
winter started.
Oh yeah, it was at the top. Bitcoin had hit around 20 grand, and I had been researching it a few months. I didn't buy in when it was like 5. So then I got in like January 2018 at around 18 grand. And what got me started initially was blockchain, the technology, with the blockchain tech making everyday life easier.
Absolutely.
The banking system.
Yep.
Global transactions, global trade. I remember reading this article about how smart contracts allowed the soybean farmer in China to send his soybeans to an American farmer without any middlemen, without any lawyers or anybody in the middle to pay. So it just made everything so much more simpler.
Yeah, and transparent.
Yeah, and transparent. Public ledger to store information. You can use that at anywhere in medicine with health information, DMV, whatever government agencies that want to store info. So that was back then. Then I went into the big, huge crash in 2019, as you guys know, where freaking.
Oh yeah.
I initially came in with 210 grand. I was down to 15 grand when 2019. I had lost around 120 grand to freaking scams. I don't know if you guys know Devorcoin. It was the same as BitConnect.
Oh man. Okay.
Devorcoin.
Well, we're familiar with BitConnect, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same as BitConnect Ponzi scheme. I put in 90 grand in there. I was going to like secret meetings, underground bullshit. And anyways, I made huge mistakes. But one thing I didn't do, I learned, I kept the 5 Bitcoins that I had that were worth 3,000 each, 15 grand out of the whole investment of 210. I kept it, and lo and behold, you guys, in 2020, we just freaking skyrocketed with the pandemic. Yep. And I got lucky. I through a friend who at the time got his info from Digital Dave. Now, Digital Dave aside, you guys, there's some issues there, but he had gotten in through him, and he told me, and I was like, all right, I'm going to take a big risk. I moved after Bitcoin had moved up to 18 grand. I moved 1 Bitcoin into Theta at 60 cents.
Oof.
And
nice.
that was incredible, because that was around November of 2020. And November 2020, and you guys saw by April of 2021, it was $15, dude.
Right.
So I just validated everything for me. And then looking into Theta and what it is using the blockchain for edge storage and video streaming, it's just incredible. For me, it's like unbelievable. And even to this day, even when I still do any simple transaction, I love it. I love sending T-Fuel back and forth for, purchasing stuff. It's just cool. Yeah, so Theta became huge for me. Because I had some money, again, 2021, I diversified into all these Polygon, Avalanche, all these layer ones. But then we started to lose. We started to come down again.
Yeah. So
I made a decision to choose NFTs as a place to park my money this time, and for a crypto winter. It was a decision that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to consolidate everything back to Ethereum and Theta, safety nets, and because I believe in Ethereum as well. And now move the money I have into good NFT projects, because one, they are less manipulated by big exchanges and hedge funds that we see every day. They're selling to because they know all the short positions, they know all the long positions, so they go the opposite direction to gain money for themselves. So, but with small NFT projects like Pineapples, the Thetaverse, the Symbiotes, and all these guys, Passaways. It's a small community. The developers are working on the project, and it's linked to Theta, so that's another added bonus. So that's where I'm at.
So do you find value in the Pines because they are so integrated with Theta?
Yeah. So definitely integrated with Theta for sure. I mean, I could be putting my money into Doodles or maybe the Bored Ape Yacht Club. But the one thing I believe in is Theta. It's the blockchain that is using it for the 9 patents we have.
Yep.
The small team we have, which I think is going to be great for when we go into a recession. They're smaller, and they could handle that big crash. And so being related to Theta is huge, because I feel like this community, it's one of those things where I felt like, I went and got a doodle for myself a while ago, paid a bunch of money for it, but I don't feel comfortable in the community there. It doesn't feel like home to me. And I think a big part of these NFT projects is the community base that people build, friendships that they build, and of course, speaking of Pines, James's background, and I think he's in
Yeah.
Warner Studios.
Yep.
He makes incredible art. I've seen it,
100%.
and with the sales they have, it's got the strongest community, by far. Still, it's got the top sales. So I believe in the project. I think he's going to come out with something big. He's not going to just let it go. He's going to invest
No chance.
and build a metaverse, and maybe these will come alive again. Come to life like live avatars. So, yeah, I do believe in it.
There is so much that I want to unpack from you just rambling, not rambling.
Yeah,
you talking.
I like to ramble, so tell me, guys. If I'm talking
you're talking
too much.
to the ramble master. No, there's a lot of good points, and I guess I'm going to try to start with the smallest points and work my way up, maybe. Mm-hmm. So I just looked it up. The person you bought the pine from only has one other pine. The guy has one other pine, and it's listed for sale. No props, no accessories, but it is a scout for $6.99 cash or tea fuel. So I thought that was
And maybe I'll go buy it. But
and that's his only NFT. So he must have. And this seems like this happened a lot with the Pine games. There was a lot of people who they just bought a pine.
How much did he pay for it, Mag?
Oh no, he got this pine at release. He won the OG pine, baller
the
King Pine. He won that in the Pine Games Discord.
Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow. So this lucky SOG son of gun, he just got that, and
good for him.
All he needed was Pine. Yeah, great for him. I would have liked one.
Here's the thing, guys. I noticed that people who get free stuff tend to let go of their free stuff much quicker. Whereas me, I have paid for basically every freaking NFT I own, everything. Yep. And so mine are like locked up. I don't list my pines.
Your diamond hands.
Yeah, diamond, dude.
Sure.
Pines, passaways, Tegons, battle pugs, and symbiotes, they're not going on sale for at least another year or two where game development comes out. Yeah, we're in another the bull market. So
so the thing about the when you got in 2017 or 2018 in January-ish, whatever, and when the markets started to turn, it didn't happen all overnight because some cryptos were up, some were down. So we didn't know it. Me and Popper were we were in Bitcoin, we were heavy into Litecoin, and that like peaked in December 17 like crazy. So like that was kind of like our high point at that point. But the thing is, we didn't really sell. We didn't buy as much as we probably liked on the way down. We eventually bought more back in. But then when he got me turned on to NFTs, and now the market was slowly going down basically since last Mother's Day. It seemed like that like Mother's Day massacre. I remember very vividly how quick my portfolio like just evaporated. But I tell you what, it's interesting. This is awesome. The community, it can't be discounted. I get exactly what you're saying. So the community's there. So there's there's Theta. There's the community. They're active, they're invested, there's a lot of transparency, maybe not with the domain, but there is transparency. And so I feel safer with, like, I feel like, I'm not tied to Bitcoin. I'm not tied to like any other coin. Cause when that goes down, like you just feel like shit, but your NFT is not really going down. It's only going down if you say that it's worth less than it is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I feel, and I never had a Magnum before, Now I got a Magnum. Like, I don't care where the market is. Some people lately, it seems like they don't understand memory. We saw in a Discord thing earlier where, hey, you guys, it's this much. It shouldn't be this much, this NFT. It should be this. Well, there's not many of them. It's very limited.
Exactly. I know.
And so take a risk. Like I said, that specific NFT, I spent over double for that one NFT that it cost to get it. And it was a risk. And that's the thing. If you want to make it big, you can be conservative and do fine, or you can take a risk. But it's the people complaining, like Popper. He didn't want Bitcoin at 600 as much as I told him. He didn't want it. And then
there we go.
Once it hit $3,000, he was like, "Oh man,
I gotta have it.
Hey, how do we get into this?
gotta
Or
have
what's our
I'm an
next
idiot.
move? So, but 2 or 3 or D or whatever we're on, that's the
Yeah.
thing is our failures can't be discounted either. Like, man, I
Yeah.
fail every fucking day. You
Big
got to
fan.
learn from this,
Big
and
fan.
it's a learning experience more than
Huge.
anything. You're not gonna be a millionaire overnight. I mean, you might be, but we're not.
No, dude. But
you put the time in.
Magnum. Let me tell you, bro. I've had so many fucking, excuse my language, fails, dude. I mean, I told you guys, from 210 grand, all my savings, to 15 grand, bro. That was like one of the biggest. I lost like 90 grand with Devore coin. It was the BitConnect thing.
Mhm.
Over like 5-6 hours in front of the computer. The freaking coin dropped from $100 to zero.
Sheesh.
Fail after fail. Every coin after then I got some money back in 2021. All of these layer Polygon, that's a layer 2. Avalanche. What else? I don't even remember all of them, but I was diversified into like 8 or 12 different projects. They all lost. We came into a downturn, so I lost money in all of them again. And I'm like, dude, I am so tired of freaking losing. And I switched my mentality to NFTs. I honestly think NFTs, and I'm talking about NFTs with metaverse. I'm talking about gaming, the future potential. I think that has saved crypto, because otherwise, if we were just after coins, it's one of those things. It's an up and down. It's so volatile.
Yep.
So,
yeah, and it's like, we've talked. It seems like on Twitter sometimes when things happen, seems like we have a similar mentality that look, like the price is going to go down and you're freaking. And the thing that I said, and I continue to say, is like Bitcoin and crypto, like, it was going to disrupt everything. Well, it kind of did, but it didn't. It mission not accomplished. It didn't happen because it's still tied to the traditional markets. And until it gets used for its intended purpose, then it's going to follow the markets. And if the markets are in the tank, then those coins are in the tank. But it's weird. It's like the NFTs, especially these Theta NFTs that I love so much. It's special under pajamas.
Big time, dude.
I feel so good about it, and it doesn't even bother me at all.
Big time. Yeah, exactly.
Paulo, I want to go back to something that you said in your monologue back then.
Sure.
You said that you got lucky when you flipped over a Bitcoin into Theta. And, it's something that you hear a lot, right? It's like, oh, Bitcoin went up to 60,000. You guys are so lucky. Like, it's just, it's lucky when it goes up, and you're an idiot when it goes down.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't see it as you got lucky. Like, this is something that you put you put thought behind. You did your due diligence.
I did.
You took your lumps. A lot of people would have just been like, all right, I'm done with this. Like,
exactly.
Let me take my money and I'll go, do something else with it. But, it's funny because, we hear that a lot, right? Oh, you guys are lucky. And then all of a sudden you're idiots. And then you're lucky. It's like, okay.
No, you're absolutely right, Popper, because it was all those nights that I was staying up reading on my phone all about every project and just kind of getting into it, getting excited about it. And you're right, taking my hits and going down and like just understanding the markets as well. And the one thing that I did, what I'm doing this time around, is kind of reversing my whole mentality and psychology about this crypto game. It's a game of cycles. We've all seen it.
Oh yeah.
And it goes up in the Bitcoin halving, and then it goes down. Now I thought we were, honestly, this cycle around, we were going to break that. That's what I was betting on. So that's why I brought in more money, but I was wrong. I was totally wrong again. We followed the markets and same cycle again. Now, changing my mentality and psychology is I'm not going to go away this time. And I think we have a bigger crash and a bigger winter coming this time around. I'm sorry to tell everybody. People don't realize it. And I'll get into that, why I'm spending more money on cheap NFTs right now, because I think with the economy the way it is, with inflation, with the Russian war, with gas being $6-7 a gallon. We are going to be headed for, it's obvious, with they're doing the quantitative tightening right now with the Fed. They're selling the bonds, taking liquidity off the markets, and interest rates are going up. So we're headed into a recession 2023. That's what the predictions are. The general crypto markets, these high risk assets are going to follow those markets. And I think that's when the U.S. government is going to come, the SEC is going to come and do the regulation with the decentralized finance platforms and also stable coins.
So do you feel more comfortable with your US dollars being in
Yeah.
NFTs right now versus dollars?
Well, no, I'm not even talking about US. No. So here's the one thing. So what I'm trying to say is that I think there's a big crash coming. I think it hasn't even started. My predictions are around 10 grand Bitcoin, maybe even lower. If the SEC comes in and you guys, we know they're going to regulate Tether, stable coins. DeFi is going to get regulated. Governments around the world, especially the U.S., they've had enough. They don't, people are withdrawing money from their banks and just losing. We're losing to scam, con artists, whatever. They're going to come in regulated, which I think actually might not be a bad thing. And so that's when it's going to go. I think 10 grand Bitcoin. So who knows what Theta and these guys are going to go down to. So my mentality is just to keep on buying. And no, dollars. Yes, we have a little inflation, 6, 7, 8%, but still, for me, dollar is king. You have to have cash, reserves, keep your cash, because that's when you could go in, like, save it all. Don't go in. And I'm talking, when I say this, guys, I always tell people, do not put money that you cannot afford to lose.
100%. Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying. What I tell people, do not put. This is like a highly risky, like it's no risk, no reward, right?
Yeah.
But it's risky. Like you could lose it all. But cash is king. You got to keep your cash, because once the prices go down that low, yes, I'm. Don't follow me, but I'm like trying to get a second mortgage on my house so that I have those cash reserves and preparing for the next 6 months to a year, maybe even more, of low prices. low prices, like prices just like what happened in 2019, where we were like, wow,
yeah,
people were puking. That's what I think has to. Right now, it's not like that. It's still people think. So what I'm saying is that I think the NFTs at their dollar value, yes, they are cheap. They're cheaper because I think T-Fuel is going to probably go further down. Now, it could go either way, but
right. So, unless something drastic changes in our economy, in the world, and I'd love for that to happen. Don't you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's why cash is better, because cash, a dollar is still going to be a dollar. You can say, it's not worth whatever. But those NFTs, they're tied to the currency, and it's like pegged to some kind of dollar amount. And then if you're like, oh, I'm going to hold on this T-Fuel, and then if it's 5 cents and it goes down to a penny, then it's like, oh crap. But so then if you're paying cash, you're paying the same amount.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. No, Mag, here's the thing, bro. We know if you hold coins, you're not going to keep them. You're going to spend it.
Yep.
It's easy money. It's like, you're going to spend it on other NFTs. You're going to put it into you're going to convert it into whatever, other crypto. People play games with these coins. We're not going to just keep them. No one's that disciplined.
And Baller, that's why I never have T-Fuel, because when I get it, I'm just spending it as quick as I can get it.
Exactly. But here's the thing with NFTs, with these special, unique NFTs, we keep them. I keep them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I like looking at them.
And they're all unique.
They're all unique. And I love them.
For the most part.
Yeah. So that's the difference between the crypto coin and the NFT. And yeah, I'm taking a risk. People think, I know, like people like, Alf, they think that T-Fuel is going to go back up huge. Sure, it could. But it could also
would love for that to happen.
I would love it to happen too.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I would love it to happen. But I just don't think it will, because our economy is bad. It's a cycle. It's a 10-year cycle. and crypto cycle. It's
But I just want to say, like, if you're thinking like, yeah, maybe it could go lower, you're never going to pick the bottom, you're never going to pick the top. Like
that's true.
that's a guarantee.
Total
So
truth.
like, if you sell like something for $700 in T fuel and you hold on to that, like, yeah, it's going to go down, but we're in the hopes it's going to go up. So like, that could be a long-term play, if that's what you're looking to do. But this is a different game where what you've been saying, and which I agree is dollar is what you want right now. And I wonder
it's
more
stable. It's more stable than T fuel. Come on, guys.
For sure. Imagine selling something for T fuel and you're sleeping, right? You're in your PJs. I picture you with like one of those the night before Christmas guy.
Exactly.
He's got like the cone hat and like the gown, and like let's say like you sold something for like a ton of money. And you got all this T fuel because you're like, I'm gonna get T fuel only. And then like, I sold it for 20,000, and then this morning it's only worth 15,000. And then you wait, it's gonna be 12,000, but the dollar's gonna be worth the dollar still, because that is until that changes, and we're not there yet. That's just
exactly.
It's a tough thing to understand, because I would love for crypto to take over, but the NFT is something else. It's something more than crypto. It's building other things that we didn't know we needed, and I think a lot of the stuff we need, and the applications are endless to what they can do.
That's right, and it builds a community, and it's bringing us together, and game development. So it's big, and I love, dude. Theta is my number one coin. T Fuel, I love them. These guys, Mitch, Jay, Wes, Kyle, Andrea, all these guys, they're working hard. I love the project, but that also takes time. For Mainnet 4, I'm totally excited about Mainnet 4, but it doesn't mean anything until one of these big companies like Sony or Samsung actually adopt Mainnet 4 subchain and start using it.
And we're not there yet, but then
we're not there yet.
And I know this is something Popper's mentioned, and I'm sure you'll echo this too. But like, we're in downtrend. Look at Symbies, right?
Yeah,
those things have only gone up. They're increasing. People that are involved in Symbies see what's going on, and they want to be a part of this. They're building something else, and there's like a big buy-in, and now a lot of people want to get into it, and that's the difference where an NFT can basically like just separate from the market, because this is going to be something people want.
Yeah, this is true, and I was kind of actually talking to Theta York about it. He's another good friend of mine that we talk every day, and we were talking about, man, this freaking Ivory is blowing us out of this world with these videos, the weapon video it's just crazy what he's doing. Who knows, dude? Maybe in a year, Sony or Samsung or one of these big game companies comes and offers them a lot of money, buys it, and puts them on as the lead developer. Millions of dollars are going to pour into it, and it's going to be such a huge thing. Who knows? And then they'll use the Theta blockchain as the or the subchain for that game, which would be absolutely incredible. And that will decouple from the coins, because it'll be its own process.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, when I really think about the possibilities for that project, it's like I just got to calm down. It's like it just seems endless. And when I got into it early, and I got into it pretty heavily early. And I gotta
thank you, by the way, because I actually got into it early too, but I didn't go for the metal print or anything. But it was you. I distinctly remember that you were like, dude, it's a good one. It's a good project. Ivory's big, and I ended up buying it. It was like $4,000 at the time. But,
nice.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, it's funny because I definitely am far from a shill. I've actually had people approach me to shill projects, and it's like, listen, like my advertising comes for free after you prove yourself to me, and I'm invested in it. And I'm not looking to shill something into exit liquidity for my position. Like I'm cheerleading. Like I'm basically a cheerleader for projects that I like, and projects that I like, it's because I like the the creators of these projects who are just blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I trusted you, because these people in the community. So that's the thing with crypto markets, NFT market. You can't trust anybody anymore. There's so many people out
Yeah,
there. I
definitely.
see these NFT projects. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what the hell are people doing? They're putting in money in stuff that makes no sense.
Yeah.
So,
And it's just when I see projects that are like heavily advertised prior to being released, it's just like, man, that's like such a red flag for me. Like,
yeah.
what do you even know what you're advertising? Are you getting paid to do this? Like, where's the disclaimer?
Exactly. Like, what the hell? What's going on? Because half the time, and we got to be honest, you know, a lot of these projects, a lot of the NFT crypto projects are not going to make it through the downturn. Some of them might fold.
Yeah.
However, these projects that we're in with Theta, I don't think these guys are going away. You know,
I agree.
The specifically the ones, you know, I'll just talk about the ones I'm in, Symbiotes and Passaways and Pines and Battle Pugs and Tegons. They're invested and they're not going away. So that's why I like them. I love them.
100% agree. They feel very safe. I mean, when you get into the ETH marketplace, that's like wild west.
Wild West. Unless you're in the sandbox, which I'm also I love sandbox. I own some sandbox land. You know, I have some NFTs that will do what the Tegons are doing, do live avatars like Voxa Duo and also MetaKey. So these guys, they're going to be live in sandbox. So I love that whole.
That's cool.
That whole thing, because those guys are not going away. Just same with Theta.
Yep.
With being linked to Theta Coin and Thetadrop, I feel much safer putting my money in it. Yeah,
definitely. So I kind of want to bring it back to Pines a little bit and lighten the mood.
Sure.
So it's funny that last week we had Ketchineni on, and this guy's like the master rarity, right? He knows he's been studying and he knows everything.
Yeah,
he actually mentioned while we were with him that the floating T fuel with the banana pin is the most unique combination of floating T fuel and pin. And really? I noticed that you have one. It's actually the most rare of them all.
I have a floating T fuel with a banana pin?
Yes, you do, and it's a cowboy with a yes. Yeah, and it's the most rare combination.
The guy's got so many you don't even know.
Well, how could you? Do you have names for all of them?
No, I don't. I stare at them every once in a while. My obviously my two favorites being the King and then the Cowboy.
For sure.
I love that guy, dude, because I love Clint Eastwood and
those are both awesome.
I know. Sometimes I get into character. I freaking think I'm like.
Well, you play the King character really well. That's for sure.
It's dangerous. It gets me in trouble, bro. The King.
Hey, listen, all three of us on here have been in trouble already. I mean, I've had my share. Mags has had his share for sure. So is there a custom out there that you don't have that you're looking at?
Let's see.
Whether it's on the market.
I've been looking. I usually, so what I do is go to the Thetadrop rarity site.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I just put through like 1 through 250.
Mm-hmm.
I do it like almost every night, whatever, like Pines, Passaways, Tegons, and I just look to see who's listing these at a price that's, you know, we know the prices, and I just freaking go for them. I just grab them, and I don't know, for Pines, I just kind of. At this point, I'm just kind of like, I'm really, well, I don't know, honored, blessed, grateful to have passed Metal Cooler. I don't know how that happened. I honestly don't know. I started out with like 10, 20, and it just grew.
Is he ahead of you in the Passaways?
Yeah. He's just got the Passaways. He's got.
I mean, I'd rather be top of the Pines though than
Passaways.
Not that I don't like Passaways, but.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any symbiotes either. I hear he's a really nice guy. Nick tells me he talks.
He didn't get into symbies?
He's
He
in it a
did,
little bit. He's
but
got
not.
his toes in, but that's
Yeah, it
it.
doesn't have the
Okay.
dragon pine. Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. You're talking about all this work that you did to research stuff, and it's like, how many people are out there that own a symbiote that aren't in Discord, and how much information is available in the Discord? It's
Yeah, I
mind
can't
blowing.
believe it. Why would they? Why would they? So all the people who have dragon primes are not in the Discord.
Right? They don't even know
What?
that they
Like,
exist.
didn't one sell for like $3,000 from somebody who wasn't in the Discord
Somebody that didn't know
recently,
what they
like a week
had.
ago?
Yeah, they
Why
were
would
like,
they
"Oh, you
not be?
sucker! Yeah,
They
I
must have
just
took
sold
an
a metal
offer.
print for $3,000." It's
And
like,
there's
well,
20.
okay,
And there's
Tripled his
21 of
money
them.
though, and that's why it's even funnier. One, what it can do with this possible arms dealer situation.
Yeah.
it's
with
insane.
the metal print, and then the supply is so low.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's going to be a live game, freaking Avatar.
You
Play.
got it. So we got all into something that has already been in the works well before the drop even happened.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're invested in something that's already been worked on for what was it, like 2 years or something?
2
like
years,
that?
I believe. Yeah.
What?
He's
Yeah,
been
it's
working-
crazy.
Yeah, it's like his magnum opus. It's like his, coming out with his masterpiece.
This is great because it's the first time we've had a fellow Dragon Prime on the show with us. So we
Three
got
of us.
three.
That's
We got
awesome,
three
bro.
Dragons sitting here.
No, that's awesome, bro.
And-
I'm so glad you guys are in it too. It just makes it so much more fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like I can't wait for the day that the game is actually
Oh.
live and we're playing it.
I know, and it's just mind blowing. Like, I've reset it a few times. It's like you can be running a business. Like, dude, like we are gonna be like running an online business. Like it's just wild. It's wild.
I know. I'm not a gamer per se, but I could definitely rent mine out.
Same here. Yeah,
And then
same here.
The whole thing, Popper, with VROA is that the virtual representation of accomplishments, you can rent it out,
Yeah,
and have people that are gamers play, upgrade your NFT. I mean, that's
right. And
really
they can earn at the same time too.
Jesus.
I know.
I was telling a friend of mine, dude, that's like a gamer in the past. He's not too much into crypto NFTs. I was like, dude, you got to look into this. He was like blown away by what I was trying to tell him with the VRAs. I sent him to the best thing I sent. I always send a hackathon.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah.
always send that because it really explains what he's
And there's
doing.
there's a link to the game too, like a
There
soft
you
link.
go.
Yeah.
And because most people don't understand, they don't even understand crypto. They still think NFTs are scam, blah blah blah. It's so
Right.
we're
Just
so
a
early.
JPEG.
Yeah, we're so early. That's what I love about it.
And even people that are into NFTs that are on Thetadrop, that are
Mhm.
into pineapples, into these other things, and they may hold a collision or something else. They don't even know what they're holding, and they don't
Exactly.
take the time to come in and figure it out. It's like,
Yeah, that's
Mind-bending.
incredible. That's incredible. And I was late to the symbiotes myself. I'll be honest. I picked up obviously a few here and there, but I didn't get heavy into it until like I guess what's 5 months ago maybe. How long has it been? Yeah, probably 4, 5, 6 months ago.
well, I think that drop was was in
January?
that drop was
End
in
of December?
mid-December.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! So
Yeah.
probably March, I would say. March. Yeah, I started really getting into it sometime around there.
Yeah.
I'm also bullish on the pines, so
Yeah.
there's a lot that can happen there.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
I love the
Cindy's, how
pines.
how
Yeah.
quickly this changed.
Yeah.
That could change too, and then it's like
Oh,
everyone's
yeah.
gonna want to pine into it. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like saying ape.
Oh yeah, but and the one thing I do like, James is kind of being mysterious about it and being very quiet, hush hush. And I
Yeah.
love it, dude. People complain.
I know.
Complain. Whereas I'm like, dude, it takes a while to build games. The development process is not easy.
And two, I think I've mentioned before is, and I don't know how this works, but I think Theta might owe them some stuff to do. So it's not all on James, and then
That's
also
right.
too,
That's-
I got into the Secret Pineapple Society, and
Mhm.
I demand to know all the secrets because because
You
I
will
got a
know nothing.
pine,
You will
Yeah.
know nothing and you will like it.
right?
Or
It's
you
gonna
will sell
be-
me your pine.
Exactly.
like calm down, bro. You're gonna be like when Homer joined the Stonecutters and he was like at the end and he got like roller skates. He didn't even get a parking spot. He got roller skates and he got the real number to 911, which is 912. I didn't know if you know that. That's the better number to call, supposedly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
don't quote me on that.
James is taking a hands-off approach and very secretive, and I kind of appreciate that because I'm like, okay, people are complaining. I'm like, oh, I'm sure he's doing something in the background.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I wish, like, obviously I knew more, but everyone wants stuff given to them. You know what I mean? Like, give me everything this can do. Give me where this is gonna be. Like, why don't you, like in Indiana Jones when he walked across that bridge that was invisible, like take a leap of faith. You know what I mean? Like at some point you got to do that instead of bitching all the time.
That's right.
Yeah,
well, we just have to be patient, dude. Patience is key. None of these, like, we are so early in Theta. Like the Ethereum whales, like, dude, I'm like small fish compared to some of these kids in Ethereum that are like freaking multi-millionaires, whatever they're doing. They've been around for 8 years or however long Ethereum's been around. How long has it been around, Mag? Pop? Like, I guess 8 years, I think. Bitcoin was 2009.
Yeah.
Was 2014 or something. So Theta is just
it's a baby still.
Like couple of years, but a year that it's blown up. And then these projects are 6-7 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Crypto NFT world is so impatient. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And like Mags was saying, it's a leap of faith, but it's a calculated leap of faith because we see James. We know who James is. We can see his work that he's done. It's like, to me, it's like, why would he have this be anything less than the top quality like everything else that he's done is?
That's right. Yeah,
and he says right on his website, blue chip NFT.
That's right, and it shows the quality of the images. I mean, it's just one of those things. It shows itself. It's a solid project. It's beautifully done, and being associated with Theta. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully these guys get their act together and we're able to transfer the NFTs off Thetadrop. Probably, I would say that might. I don't know, Mag. You might be upset, but maybe another few months. Who knows?
Well,
so it's not going to happen tomorrow. Somebody told me maybe by mainnet 4 by December.
Well, I can tell you, it's been 45 days since we were told it would be a few weeks.
Well, actually, what I heard was it wasn't mainnet 4, it was mainnet 4. So
mainnet
going to happen in May.
That could be possible. Very well possible. Yeah, you never know, dude. These guys are probably freaking difficult. I'm not a tech computer guy, but I learned a lot from Tech Guy, and I love that guy. I mean, they get deep down into these codes.
Yep.
Geniuses. I appreciate that a lot, being into the crypto world now. Like, wow, these guys are crazy.
Yeah, and kind of going back to what you were saying, like this marketplace for Pines or any NFT that we're in, it could just completely. It's more likely that decouples from crypto than crypto decoupling from the environment that it's in now.
Exactly.
So it's like these Pines at 300 or 350. That could be 3,000 with T-Fuel still where it is, just based on a metaverse opening or a game. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely. And so that could definitely decouple it and just make it kind of blow up and have more people come in. I mean, it's one of those things you never know.
And like you said before, too,
this new site, Theta Lands. Theta Lands has been talking about something maybe with the Pines. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? Maybe that's a possibility. I don't know what they're doing, but it sounds interesting. I was reading their hackathon. You guys should look into it. They got some, looks like they want to build like a gallery of NFTs where we could transfer our NFTs there or something. Have our NFTs be in our wallets, but maybe have a metaverse with gallery. That would be cool, where people could see them.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And then also maybe gaming or something. So that's a possibility too. Who knows?
Take a look at that one. Yeah.
Love to see it.
Yeah. You guys can dive more deep into it. It looks interesting.
So, that kind of makes me think, like, how much work do you put into each of these? Because I find it difficult to keep up with a bunch of different projects, and especially if you're into different coins and
Oh,
different projects and different coins, it must be a full-time job.
yeah, well, I basically now consolidated coins down to Theta and Ethereum and T-Fuel, so I'm not worried now. I would love to get back into XRP, but I'm just waiting a little bit. I'm waiting on coins because I think they're going to go down more, dude.
Yep.
I'm even Theta. I could have bought a bunch of Theta, but I'm still waiting for Theta because I still think there's going to be a bigger dip. So that's the crypto. The
Yep.
NFTs, I have my 5 main projects on Thetadrop that I play with. And then off of there, then after that, I don't really, then the Sandbox and Doodles and MetaKey and Voxaduo. They're not really doing anything, and I'm not into their community. So I would say I just focus on my 5 projects here on Thetadrop. It makes it easier.
Anything on Open Theta?
No, I'm not doing Open Theta just because of the whole T-bill stickers. That really irritated me, Mag. I've lost too much money in this whole ecosystem. I've told you guys 120 grand
Yep.
Yeah.
for me to be giving money to. I don't like it, and I was heavily invested in the whole T-bill thing until I found out about the whole
Yep.
thing.
I'm glad you spoke up about that.
Yeah, URP, showed us 9 massive multipliers. Are you kidding me? You freaking, forget that. And then these influencers selling them and just taking off. Forget about that, dude. I'm not.
Yeah, the only thing I would
do
say is there are some like decent creators on there that have nothing to do with
I
that
know,
nonsense.
and unfortunately I know, but because I'm sticking, I just didn't like the whole T-bill sticker thing. It's things where I know they made massive money off that. Massive money, and it's all the community. It's all the simple. We see the simple guys here on Twitter, Mag. They're all good people, dude. Great people.
It's
I've gone
good
through
when
it, dude.
Oh yeah, and that's
money.
why I'm glad you spoke up. I never got into any of that BitConnect or anything like that, but I was aware of it, and that's why I was skeptical to jump in.
Yeah.
But I remember talking to Popper, and he's like, I don't understand it. I'm not, I'm good with what I'm staking.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went down a rabbit hole a bit, and it was good for a little bit, but a lot of stuff's good when there's not massive multipliers and the market's going up, right?
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden it's like I'm losing money every day. It's going down,
dude.
Rebase, put it back in there.
9 massive multipliers that were transferred into one wallet. Like, what are you talking? Like, and they're selling $1.50, like whatever stickers they're selling. You kidding me?
Yep.
They're making 1.5 times, and this guy's making 4 times. Whatever, dude.
You can't. And that's the thing. You just can't print money out of thin air.
Exactly, you can't. And it is. That's what it is. It's money out of thin air. That means nothing.
That, and they control the value, right, of their T-bill.
Yeah. They set it to take the rewards. They convert the T-bill to T-fuel and take the T-fuel out every freaking day. But
I don't want to get too far into it, but it's like one could go up, one could go. They could move one up and down where they're always taking it away. That's why it's like always going down. You know what I mean?
I'm an idiot. I didn't learn from my Devore coin crap. Lost money. Got in here, but luckily,
you did. You saw it and you called it out, and you got out.
Who called it out? URP and Tech Guy. Those 2 guys showed me the way. Sat down. URP made that video. I was like, Jesus Christ.
So he was posting something before that happened, and I wasn't liking seeing the stuff going in and seeing my account go down constantly. And I was like, and he hinted that he was going to release a video, and he mentioned some things, and there was a few other people on Twitter that mentioned some things.
Like me?
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? There's a lot of people that I respect, and I value their opinion. And, I believe that, they, of course, everyone wants to make their own money, but like they feel like, you know what, not only I want to educate everyone else because I don't want them to lose money. And
that's right, dude. Because I've gone through that process of like almost like wanting to, I don't say suicide, but dude, like when you lose massive amounts of money like that, it's just heartbreaking. It's crazy. It's difficult.
And
Gut-wrenching, yeah.
and what I did
Gut-wrenching.
with all that T-bill and T-fuel is I bought pines.
Good job, dude. Good job, Mac. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is what it is. I think the people that are already in it still are the ones that spent too much money and they have no choice, so they can't get out.
Yep.
That's that. I mean, I'm sorry for them, but they're deep into it.
And
So,
it's different than we're like, if you're into Bitcoin or you're into Ethereum, let's say, and it goes down with the market, you only
hold it.
lose if you sell at a loss. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and if
Yeah.
you believed in it so much, like, and you can't stick it out, then maybe you deserve to lose.
Yeah.
These people don't deserve to lose, and they're just grabbing their money, and that's what's going
True.
on with it.
Exactly. The only thing at first I was like, if there's gonna be a T-bill metaverse, it's gonna be a big thing, sure, but come on. Are you
Right.
kidding me? Building a metaverse takes massive amounts of time and people power. It's not an easy thing, as we know. So I don't think that's happening. I think it's just, they're selling it on the metaverse, but it's just the T-bill convert to T-fuel cash grab. So that's my take on it. And the one thing, it's just, I have integrity. I'm honest, and I'm not scared. I got in there. I took a lot of slack and heat for it, but I don't care, dude. Talk the truth. I told people, that's and it's for them. If they want to judge, whatever. Okay.
Me and you and Popper and everyone else, I don't want anyone to lose money. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they kill it.
Yeah,
But
I hope I'm wrong too. Yeah, I feel bad in a way.
I just don't see it. And
great.
people like me and you from real firsthand experience, me from on the sidelines, we spotted it, we saw it, and it was called out.
Exactly. I have no ill will. I hope they do great and become massive multimillionaires and celebrate, dude.
Yep, absolutely.
But I don't feel bad, because I do feel kind of bad calling it out, and who knows? But the truth is,
everyone has the right to their opinion and to ask questions.
Exactly.
So,
that's what happened, Pop, when we started asking questions and the tech guy, we shut down. It was like a cult mentality. It was like, are you kidding me? I'm one of the biggest investors in this goddamn pool. I have like about $100,000, and you're telling me?
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever.
All right. So to bring us back to Happy Land here.
Happy Land, yeah.
I don't.
On a very special Pops and Mags.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if you know, but one of our biggest sponsors is Mega and his Mutant Pines.
I love my Mutant Pine, dude. I love Mega. What a class act. What a guy. I think everybody should get a Mutant Pine.
I do actually have one in the works.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
Spoiler alert.
Nice. Mag, you too. You better have one too.
I got to acquire the T-fuel.
Okay.
I'm giving him full authority to do. We picked the pine together. I know the standard pick would have been to go with Popper, but I'm a little bit of a different guy, so we went a different route.
Nice, dude.
But I gave him full artistic ability to do whatever he wants. Did you do the same, or did you have a hand in some of the design?
Yeah, I picked my King OG, and then I just kind of I let him do his own thing. I was just like, make it special, because I really love this NFT, and he did a fantastic job. I'm so freaking
definitely. They're all
happy.
Every single one that he's done has been sick. So I mean,
awesome,
I knew it was just a matter of time until I was going to get one.
I know.
I'm not gonna spoiler alert, but I definitely can't wait to see it.
Dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I hope one day if James like has him come on and does the serum, the serums that Bored Ape Yacht Club people do. Why not? Like, they could sell the serum and people could convert their pines into some mutant pines. Who knows? Something.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
It
but
could be.
I thought that I remembered on Twitter something about the fangs on your.
I know. I love those fangs, dude. I don't know where he came out of those. His fangs look freaking the other day I was focusing in on it a little bit more, and I was like, holy shit, this looks cool.
So the fangs were not your idea.
No, dude, that's all
okay.
Mega, bro. He's a
Okay.
genius. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. Mega just surprised me. And
It's
so
just the way I read it, I was like, it almost sounded like you guys went back and forth a little bit, and you had a hand in the fangs.
no. I think the only thing I told him was to maybe give the king's robe. That's it.
He wants that robe,
Cool.
man.
Yeah.
I love that robe.
Hey, why not?
I love that robe, dude. Yeah, but no, it was all Mega, man. He came through big. Yeah. So
Didn't Triple H used to have a robe like that, Mags?
I think so.
I think he did.
So.
Or was it that British guy? Might have been the British guy.
You got me on that.
The movie.
Oh,
He's talking about wrestling.
Oh, yeah, of course. The WWF. Yeah, I was listening too. I forgot who it was. But yeah, I love the little, and I love Thetazilla gave me the one with the Banksy hat too.
Yes,
that was cool too. I love that.
You were a hat wearer. That's right.
Yeah, I love the hat wearers. I like you guys' hats too. You guys had hats, right, Max? Too?
I still have it. Obviously, this guy once the Rangers folded like a cheap suit, he bailed on the hat. What a disgrace! In the middle of phase 3.
I was the second pine with a hat. I supported my buddy. But yes, when the Rangers got knocked out of the playoffs, I took it off.
Yeah, so many good people in Theta. So many good people. I love it. A
lot of people just having fun.
It's honestly a community. It's like a family outside of your family and friends' home. That's why I like it.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that's why we all go back. It's fun.
So are you going to be at ThetaCon this year?
I had made a decision after that whole T-bill thing with these with these influencers. I don't want to see them. I don't want to be or associate that. So I just kind of didn't want to even deal with it, because when I see people talk about those influencers, it just irritates me. It's just something. And deep down, I can't handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have loved to have gone though. It was one of those things I was planning on going, but and I kind of messed it up. Who knows?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe it probably won't be even the right timing with the down market. But the next time when the bull market comes, hopefully we can have a party in Vegas in Resort World. Then I'll be there.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that we should have like a Dragon Prime party.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Exclusive.
And then, but just one thing I'd like to point out as far as the NFT's disappointments. My only disappointment so far has been Katy Perry. I freaking went out there. I dragged my girlfriend. We went and stayed at Resort World, went to her concert. And it's not like my type of music, but afterwards I bought her like top edition Lion and the other NFT, and geez, man, she's been talking about a third drop with a nostalgia store.
I know.
Out, and she hasn't talked about it. It's pissed me off so bad. Oh my god. I
know. I'm still hopeful that with the third drop will come this magical moment.
I'm hopeful too, and then but I always thought that she's gonna like maybe say a few words about it, but nothing.
I know.
Well, that's why we've been trying to get her on to the Pinecast.
You guys should. That's so. Because she's got a lot of followers, bro. A lot of loyal.
Yeah,
followers.
I think the biggest.
That don't know anything about it.
I was like, dude, if I'm like, dude, I'm gonna spend money and get this. I got one of the Lion NFT for $5,000, the other one for $3-4 I put down like $10,000 and buying top editions, dude. So I just kind of feel a little jaded and pissed off about that whole thing, because I don't know. I thought like if once she mentions it, Thetadrop is going to be like massive, but
yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it might still happen later. Who knows?
It's still early for that. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But maybe though, Baller, glass half full. Like, maybe the nostalgia store comes back and it makes you feel the nostalgia to when you had the 10,000 before you spent it.
Exactly. No,
Ah,
I'm still reserving a little hope, and it's gonna happen. Otherwise,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, honestly, I'm gonna take it to small claim court. I've already told. It's under 10 grand. Under 10 grand in California. If you dispute, you take him to small claim court. You know, like Judge.
but Walter, you missed a prime opportunity buying the actual lion itself for like
Oh, I didn't do
600,000.
that went for 630 grand, dude. Who bought
Free shipping though, free shipping. I think maybe. I hope.
630
Mad Katy Perry fan or something like that, was it?
Holy crap.
I think there was a bunch
Yeah.
of 69s in there too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope so.
Yes, there was.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's wild, man. I mean, if I'm
Wild.
buying that, it's because it's like turning into a 2-bedroom apartment on the inside of it, and I'm living.
Exactly. a moving apartment.
Yeah, exactly. Drive it down the road.
That's hilarious. I know. It's like, how the hell are they going to park that thing? Where are they going to put it?
You
That's
got me
funny.
on that one. I have no idea.
I
Yeah,
definitely take a bathroom selfie with that thing.
exactly. Yeah, they have it in
Get
their
in the
backyard
bathroom.
right
Yeah, me pissing on the leg.
Yeah.
But we can clear all this up, Katie. Just come on.
No, Katie, we love you though.
No, we love Katie, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, she's like hot and she's so like she's bossy, boss bitch. Like I was like, oh my God, she like
Yeah.
controls the crowd and she's a really good singer. So
Yeah.
I mean, and her face is on Thetadrop. I think that's like awesome. you know?
Absolutely.
Like, she's
She
got the
just-
Let's
highest,
let people know though.
dude. She's
And
got
let's-
the highest Instagram followers. Like how many? 21 million or something.
Crazy.
One of the highest, top 3. You guys can look it up.
Twitter too.
I'll
Twitter.
put that,
I'm saying Twitter.
Oh,
actually,
I thought
yeah,
yeah.
I think. Oh, Instagram. No, yeah, I think Twitter. She's got the
Yeah.
highest follower, 21 million. Maybe, yeah, it is Twitter. Yeah, it is Twitter. So, wow. Yeah.
and then imagine if that mug had a pineapple
Mm,
on there.
mm, mm.
it would be a juicy one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I still dream. I still dream about one day Katie's gonna mention Thetadrop. Still dream. I was crazy. I was like, people are gonna love. I was like telling my family, I was like, I'm gonna frame this NFT in one of these 3D like holographic things in the house. Edition number 5.
Yeah.
And my number 1.
Wall of shame. That one
Yeah.
goes on the wall of shame side.
Yeah, so far, and that's why ever since then I've like haven't delved into anything except my 5 projects.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna take
Yeah.
a risk here. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I used to do the same thing. It was like everything that came out, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I want a little piece of everything. And then I was like,
Yeah.
wait, man, I'm just like, I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Like,
I know.
it has no purpose.
Yeah, exactly. So I just kind of backed off on that.
Sheriff went big into was it BitBoy?
Yes, I bought 2 Bitmobiles,
That was a
expecting
great
to
one.
collect all 19.
That
And we
was
stopped at edition 1.
yeah, that was a great one.
That's
what could
great.
have been?
Thanks, BitBoy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, man, listen, I really appreciate you coming on with us. I think
Yeah, man.
I had a
was
great
awesome.
time.
I did too. Thank you. Yeah, guys.
I thought he was
Awesome.
going to include me on that, but I guess
No.
I had a great time with you too.
No,
Usually
Mag,
it's
you
for
did-
both
Well, I
of
speak
us,
for
but I
both
don't
of
know.
us. I always speak, and then if I
Okay.
don't, you just say that's from both of us.
That's from both. Yeah,
No, both of you
really
guys.
enjoyed this.
No, I love
talking with you, man.
I love you listening to you guys' show now. Both you, Popper and Mag, you guys keep it real. I love that. You guys talk about some of the issues we have on Thetadrop, and it's okay to talk about the issues. It's just learning, and they keep on getting better and better. So it's good to keep it real, and
Yeah.
it's fun.
And the fact is, all 3 of us, we love Thetadrop. I don't
Yeah,
think
we
you
do.
can't argue that. Just
No.
take it, like open our wallets. They're all public.
We love it.
love Thetadrop.
We love
Yeah.
Thetadrop, T-Fuel Theta. We love all
Yeah.
of them, everything in the ecosystem.
And I will blanket apology that we have in the past been a little tough on certain individuals within the Thetadrop community,
Yeah.
mainly Kyle.
Sorry.
And
He's so easy to pick on.
and it's just, my eyes were open to the fact that like we're blaming this on Kyle, and who knows, we don't even know if it's Kyle's fault. So,
We
so,
don't.
so Kyle, I'm
He's
sorry.
just the scapegoat. His face, he's got a smile that you can pick on.
Popper, but I know we're winding down, but if I could just bring it back to
Go
the
ahead,
beginning when I was in the
please.
grocery store, they had
Sure.
I mean, I think a thank you goes out to Kyle because
Yeah.
so I told you I was in it was the grocer's freezer. There was the section with the beers, that I mentioned before. But Tostino's pizza rolls, it was a mega pack on sale for $3.99. And I go, you know what? It was normally like $6 something. So I was like, Kyle, and I did grab a bag of some.
So you grabbed 2
pizza rolls.
That's hilarious. Nice job, Mag.
Thanks.
Unreal.
Well, all right, guys. It was really nice talking to you guys. And
Same here, man.
Keep it up, man. It's awesome.
Will do.
Thanks.
And you as well.
Yeah, guys. We'll speak soon, I'm sure, on Twitter.
Sounds great, man. Have a great night.
All right, man. Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter @JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production in association with Kyle's Hot.